The name of the game in 2026 is to use your stash, and each month Tara is challenging us to get in and use our stash. Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and I'm playing along with Designer Deep Dive, and I am late for February because life just gets in the way. Well, the challenge this time was to use Creative Memories, Close to My Heart, or Stampin' Up. So I have these two pieces of paper from Stampin' Up, and I'm using these to create the whole layout. Now I do pull in a couple of embellishments, but not much. So I'm using just these two pieces of paper to create a full layout. And this is always a great way when you're using up stash to get creative with what you've got and use what you've got. Now I do have bits and pieces of Stampin' Up papers everywhere because my local supplier, my local rep, she does what we call a quarter bundle. So the four of us put in and we get a quarter of each pack of the month or of the catalogue, and we get our supplies that way. So this one, I can't even tell you the name of it. It's just beautiful. It's one of the floral ones that they had last year, and I am just using it to create my layout. So to the left, that beautiful panel there, aren't they gorgeous? Those green and red and pink flowers. Well, that's just beautiful. I love it. That's there. I cut that at 6 3/4 inches by 12. Then the other two strips are 2.5 by 12. And then I've cut off my 1/4 inch strips of the green because I wanted to put the border into place, and then that neatens it all up and tidies it all up and finishes the layout. So that's how I have used the papers here to create the base, and I do love the color combination. Look at the green. It's the back of that flecked paint one to the right, and it's got that ombre effect with the green there, as you saw on the background, and it's just very, very pretty. I love this green. It's a nice green. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to do some faux stitching in the zigzag across both of these panels just to give them a finishing edge. I could have used a border punch. I could have run some washi, but I just wanted to try and stay true with just the Stampin' Up paper. Now I did contemplate using some Close to My Heart stamps because I have loads of those, because when I bought my Cricut cartridges from them, they came with all those stamp packs. Plus I used to get some of the stamps because I had none at the time, and Close to My Heart, my friend was a demonstrator, so I have got those, but I held back. Now this is where I deviate a little bit, and I can't help myself because I watched a Vicky Booten video, and she's such an enabler, and these are her new resist. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at them. You watch this. This is pure magic. So she has a whole range of stuff out where you use your inks over the top of the pure white. See, you can see that they were pure white. Then you put your inks in, and then when you take off the top of the inks, the white resist comes through and you get a pattern off it, and it can match any color, any design, any layout that you're doing by just using your inks and your mixed media. Look at that. Amazing. I love it. Look at the design that came through. It's so cute. Now watch this. I'm going to add some blue in because there's the blue on that paper, and I'm just going to tie it all together by using the three colors. Now I use prize ribbon, mowed lawn, and worn lipstick for this. They're the three colors that I've chosen to use. And look, now it is outlined with the blue beautifully, and that white is just coming through. Amazing. See how I'm in love with them. I need to go and get more. I think they are just amazing. So now here's my title. I love the title. This is where you can now give me a like and a hype. Go on, you know you want to. Look how fantastic the design is coming out. That whole thing is just coming together with the inks, and you can see the title appearing on that white strip that was there. And the best thing about it, when you rub over, now Vicky said to lightly rub over to clear the white so you don't get that shadowing in there, but look at it. Isn't it a magic? I just love these. And there you go. It now ties in beautifully, and by gently rubbing it over with my cloth, I have cleaned up the shadow, and now I have that title. And then this one, I love this one, and I'm going to put this on the page because I just can, and I wanted to, and I wanted that little bit of extra addition to my layout. And look at this, look, when you rub at the white, look what gets colored and left behind. Isn't that magic? It's just perfect, and a perfect addition to the layout. Now you can't see until I hold it up a little bit closer in a little while, but along the edge of that tab, it's got little stitching. It's so cute, and it's zigzag stitching, so it ties in nicely. Alright, so now I can start building. I'm going to put my photo up on foam because I want it to be solid and in place. So I'm just putting the foam into place, and it's making a solid landing for it. And then I put the tab there originally. Look at it, that little stitching along there, it's so cute. And then I have my title and my journaling card, and you can see how those inks match beautifully in with the page. But before I get there, I want to use the rest of these paper to lift that layout because it's looking a little bit flat for me. So anyway, as I was saying, the photo is from last Easter when I went to the Pioneer Village with the family. We're out near the homestead, took that photo, and it's called Happy because the whole family was there, including my mum. It was a great day, and I love when I get to have days like that with my family. So that's why I've called that page Happy, because we all were that day. We were having a great day, and everybody was having a great time. So I'm just cutting out using my Creative Memories cutters. See, I am staying deep dive, designer dive. Creative Memories is coming into play now with my Stampin' Up paper. And I'm going to just build like a grid with the circles, and I just am playing with them, mixing and matching them, getting a coordinated grid together so that I know that I've got enough on my stash here to work properly. And I just have to say I'm in love with this, how it's turning out. So there you go, this paper from Stampin' Up is beautiful. I wish I had another sheet of that pink florally, greeny bluey florally thing. That's lovely, that one there on the left. I wish I had another sheet, but that's okay. Maybe I might go and invest in some. It's just a pretty print. Alright, so there's my photo in place. Now we can build. Now at first, as I said, I put my tab up here with the photo, but then later on I move it because I'm thinking, no, I don't need that there. See, I'm going to take it out, I re-audition it, and I'm putting it down there. So it looks like that strip of paper to the right is actually like a file. So it's a file folder or something there. So I like it, and I just change that up a little bit. And then I'm just layering up my circles, and this is where I realized that the floral on the floral is not going to work for me. So I need some more of that stripe, which is on the opposite side of the floral, and I turn it over, and then I'm happier. It looks much better. It stands out just that little bit more. And so I will tie some more floral in, and you'll see that shortly, and I'll show you how I'm doing it. So all of this is done with just 2 sheets of paper, so you can easily do a great design with 2 sheets of paper if they are double-sided. It just allows you to flip it over and use it in a more creative way. So I'm inking up the edges of my circles. Now these are things that I like to do. It helps my layouts pop a little bit more. Now I really do think there are times that I don't do it, and then when I sit with my friend who I scrap with quite regularly, and she does it, and I think, oh, why didn't I take the 5 seconds it took to ink just because I wanted to slap the paper down? So I like putting the ink on it. It just gives it that little bit of definition, and it allows it to pop off that busy background. So if you're new to scrapbooking, get yourself a good ink. Just a one is great. A brown, a pine cone used to be the go-to with Kaiser. I would suggest maybe Scorched Timber or Ground Espresso, or my favorite is Gathered Twigs with the Distress Oxides. And in 49er Market now have a great one too, which I've just purchased, and I cannot remember the name of it. Here it is. Which one is it? It's Cold Brew. So they're the good ones that I would recommend if you were starting out and you wanted to add ink that's going to be versatile for all layouts. And I'd use those as your inkers for your papers. That's just my opinion. I think it adds that little bit of extra touch to your layout. let me know down in the comments below if you ink your papers or if you just keep them flat. Either way, they work, because trust me, I'm not always an inker. I do just the flat paper, and then sometimes I look back and go, oh, maybe I should have inked it a little bit just to give it a pop. But that's all comes down to what you're doing on the day when you're doing your page, of course. And now I can put all of these circles in place, and I'm just going to put some foam under this little, which I'm going to use as a journaling spot, and then I'm going to put down my title. And I really love how this has come together so easily and quite pretty. It's very pretty paper, very pretty, and it's a simple layout. It's not a hard layout. You can easily achieve this layout. If you don't have a circle cutter, you can use lids. Just trace around lids and then cut them out. And if your circles aren't perfectly cut, use a distresser or your scissors to rough up the edges, and that takes away any of your jaggedness, and nobody knows. That's just an option. You know, use things like inside the tape reel there's a good size circle to use if you don't have a circle cutter, which I didn't for many years, or a circle punch. Okay, so here's where I'm bringing in the florals again. I'm going to cut little fishtail banners, and I'm going to pop them on 3 of the green, as you know me, having that odds. And I just want it to sit there so that it's got a little bit of interest on the green. That's just another way of continuing the pattern into the paper and lifting it right across the layout. I do love how this is all tying in nicely together. And I'm just going to pop this last one up to the top here. Then I'm going to, this is where I will do a little bit of a stash dive, because I need something to just give it a little bit more of a pop. And I found these little thickers, and they have some hearts in the same color as the papers, so I'm just adding those to 3 spots here. And then I'm going to add, and I find these big gold, and I wanted this saying here, as long as we're together, to be happy, but I've decided I can't fit it on. Maybe I should have thought about that earlier, but that's okay. And then I'm putting these starbursts on those fishtail banners so that they, you know, pop there. And that's pretty much all I'm going to add, except for this final little curl here to go under the word happy. And that ties in the black in the photos, and it ties in the stitching, and it's now tying in the journaling and my faux stitching around these circles. Now, not all of the circles am I going to treat with the faux stitching, only these paint flecked type paper ones, and that's just going to allow them to pop a little bit. And I've pretty much kept it fairly simple, this layout. I do like the grid style down the side with the circles. It's using up my paper, it's adding a little bit of detail without having to go into too much. And this goes to show that if you haven't got embellishments from the paper range, how you can easily zhuzh your page. So that's it. I did contemplate Nouveau drops, but I thought nope, there was no need for it. And the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go on the inside of the design through that grid paper, and I'm going to use the thicker black one for this, and I'm going to just put that black outline just to pop it right up off that layout and make the whole thing stand out. And I do love that it ties in with the black curlicue, and it also ties in with the black through the photos, and then that makes it all just stand out perfectly. So you can see how easy a black line makes a big difference. And despite what's going on that layout, because I have used the colors from my photo is popped, and you can see it, and it is still front and center on the page. And so that's really critical when you're working your papers. Make sure you use the colors of your photos. And look at that, there it is. That's my layout for the deep dive this month. I am late, I know, but there is a playlist. It is linked down below. Please go and check it out with all the players who were on time and who have been creating very great layouts, and you will be impressed with what you will see. Trust me, there are some very talented crafters out there, and I love this. Please give me a thumbs up, not a thumbs down. Maybe you hit the wrong key when you're looking, but please check that it's a thumbs up, everybody. I really do love the thumbs up. It lets me know that you're liking what I'm posting. It also lets YouTube know that I am producing stuff that you want to see. Here it is, close up. Look at that detail. Look at those Vicky Booten things. Aren't they amazing? You know you want to go and try them. All right, everybody, this is it. I'll see you soon. Don't forget the like and the hype. And if you're new, I hope you consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach that 1,000. Here's my next video for you. I suggest you go and watch it right now.